Thank you all so much for coming out this evening to enjoy some great choral music. That first piece called Ad Astra by Jacob Narverud. Tonight's concert, This Shiny Night, kind of revolving around light, light that shines through the darkness, the stars, celestial light. And so we certainly heard that with Ad Astra, To the Stars. Our next selection is by Elaine Hagenberg, and it is entitled There Was a Time. And I think it's important to look at the text of this music. It's in, of course, your bulletin, in your program there. But my favorite part there is it says, to me did seem apparelled in celestial light, clothed in light, not darkness, but that light, that sound wrapped around us. This is There Was a Time by Elaine Hagenberg. Did you hear the section wrapped in celestial light? That's my favorite part. If it wasn't yours, that's fine. It's mine. This is the River City Chorale. Can we have another round of applause for these great singers? This is the beginning of our 15th season. We've been around now for 15 years, which is hard to believe. That 15 years ago, I was in the kitchen of a friend, and we're just chatting, thinking, hey, let's get a summer choir together, and I wonder if we can get like maybe 20, 25, 30 people together and sing a couple songs and have a little mini concert. That first year, we had 120, 130, I think. And so this chorale ranges anywhere from 130, I think we've been up to 170 at one point in time. And so they come together from, first of all, how many of you are from Hudson? Okay. Interesting, because when we started, almost everybody was from Hudson. Okay, raise your hands if you're from outside of Hudson. It's everyone else. Okay, who drives the farthest away to come and okay, well, yeah, Andover, right? And oh, South St. Paul. Okay, Minneapolis. Yeah, so, right, dedicated singers. So anyways, we are happy to be here tonight and celebrating our 15th anniversary season with you this evening. I also want to give a special warm welcome to our accompanist, Joe Bolin, who is joining us for his first season with us. Joel, last few years at Tennessee, right? Nashville, right? Nashville is where you've been. And so we are really fortunate to have him join the ranks here on the artistic team, and just thrilled to have him working with us. Our next selection is Reach Down, Lord. This is by Kyle Peterson. Kyle Peterson is a music and worship director at Prince of Peace Lutheran Church down in Burnsville. And he's been composing a lot of music lately, and this is one of his newest ones from The Unfolding called Reach Down, Lord. Yes, 15 years later, I still have a sweating problem. Isn't that a great piece? The rhythmic intensity of that, that's Kyle Peterson. Check out his website and all of his music, it's incredible. Speaking of incredible music, it's pretty much anything on this program, including the next selection. Raise your hand if you are familiar with Sure on This Shiny Night, right? A few of us, right? It was first set to music by Barber, and later was written by Morton Larson. Anyone know Morton Larson? Direton, and Midwinter Songs. This is an incredible piece. I'll never forget when I first heard this. First of all, it's written in D flat major, so it's this warm, it's this warm color, and it talks about sure on this shiny night. And you can almost picture yourselves being out in the countryside. It's dark. You've never seen stars and light like when you're in the middle of a pitch black country field. The stars illuminate differently there than they do in the city. Here's his amazing version of Sure on This Shiny Night by Morton Larson.
Sure
They're late to the concert. Welcome Michelle Belisle to the piano. This is The Lord is My Light, arranged by C.J. Madsen, initially written for the BYU choirs, Brigham Young University Choir, piano, 4 hands. Are you familiar with Mac Wilberg out there, director of the Tabernacle Choir? 2 of you, okay. And I won't say what I was going to say. No. You listen to C.J. Madden, there's that sound, especially whenever they do piano 4 hands, which they do a lot. It's joyful, it's uplifting, and there was light shining everywhere in that piece. The Lord is My Light, composed, I should say, and arranged by C.J. Madsen. About that song is it doesn't resolve right to the tonic, to the do in solfege. It ends on the 5th scale degree. It's a cadence that doesn't conclude because love never ends. It keeps moving forward. It keeps going on, and that's specifically why Karen arranged it. She didn't want the love to end, the peace to end. She wanted to go on in perpetuation and move forward. Come and see. going to take just a brief 10-minute break, get some water, rest our legs, and we'll be back into the second half of our concert. Don't go anywhere. Our second half, not really anything to do with the light, just music I really enjoy. How many of you are musical fanatics, where you like Broadway shows? A few of you out there? Awesome. How many of you out there know the musical by Stephen Sondheim, Into the Woods? Oh, there we go, yeah. Or the movie, right? Stephen Sondheim, one of my favorite musical composers, and if you don't know the show Into the Woods, the real brief synopsis is we have all these fairy tales that take place, and they all have to go into the wood for different reasons. So we have the Wicked Witch, we have Little Red Riding Hood, we have the baker and his wife, and we have Jack and the Beanstalk. But they all have to go into the woods for different reasons, and what happens is they meet each other, and then their stories begin to change and morph. The second act gets a little dark. There's a lot of death, the giants killing everybody. But we learn at the very end that even though people leave us halfway through the wood, no one is ever truly alone. So here's just a choral medley of one of my favorite shows by Stephen Sondheim, Into the Woods.
Once upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, more than anything, lived a young maiden and a small sad boy and a childless baker with his wife.
The king is giving a festival. I wish to go to the festival and the ball. I wish I had a child. I wish to go to the festival.
Into the woods, it's time to go. It may be all in vain, you know. Into the woods, but even so, I have to take the journey. Into the woods, the path is straight. I know it well, but who can tell? Into the woods to lift the spell. Into the woods to visit mother. Into the woods to grandmother's house. Into the woods to grandmother's house. The way is clear, the light is good. I have no fear, nor no one should. The woods are just trees, the trees are just wood. No need to be afraid there. There's something in the glade there. Into the woods without delay, but careful not to lose the way. Into the woods, who knows what may be lurking on the journey. Into the woods to get the thing that makes it worth the journeying. Into the woods to see the king, to sell the cow, to make the bush, to seed, to sow, to get, to grain, to make, to live, to go to the festival. Into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, and out of the woods, and home before dark.
Mother said straight ahead, not to delay or be misled. I should have heeded her advice, but he seemed so nice. And he showed me things, many beautiful things that I hadn't thought to explore. They were off my path, so I never had dared. I had been so careful, I never had cared. And he made me feel excited, well, excited and scared.
And I know things now, many valuable things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a king and a hood. They will not
So what I really wanted to do was the whole show for you tonight, but it's 3 hours long, so I opted with the 8-minute medley instead. We're musical. So all of these musicals I picked because they're my favorites. I have personal connections. The first one, of course, is a great story. I remember being it, I remember directing it. The next one is from Hello Dolly. Who knows Hello Dolly, right? Before the Parade Passes By. I was 5 years old. It was the first time I ever saw a musical. My mom played Dolly. But she nailed it, because Carol Channing, right? She kind of had that Carol Channing voice. It was just amazing. And I just remember looking up at my mom on stage and just being mesmerized by her presence up there. So I attribute a lot of my musical passion to my mom. So here is Before the Parade Passes By from Hello Dolly.
Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's high life. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing my life with the rest of them, with the best of them. I can hold my head up high, for I've got to go again, I've got to drive again. I'm gonna feel my heart coming alive again before the passes by. Look at God up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at that crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. All of those lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. Simple scratches, marvelous like the sky. I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old guitar. Before the parade passes by. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's high life. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing my life with the rest of them, the rest of them, the rest of them, the rest of them. I can hold my head up high, for I've got to go again, I've got to drive again, I'm gonna feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. Passes by.
You know the musical Anyone Can Whistle? Never mind. 3, okay. This one's for you. I dedicate it to all of you. There you go. That was, whoa. Okay. That's never happened. Good for you. Okay. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of words moving really fast. I wish we could have showed them like a video of our first rehearsal doing this and where we are now. Anyways, here's a great song Everybody Says Don't from Anyone Can Whistle. I just want to say thank you one more time for coming out this evening to our concert in the middle of summer where people want to be outdoors and doing all sorts of great things. But we did great things here tonight. And it happened because of this incredible group of people behind me. Can we give them one more round of applause, please? It really is a joy to work with these amazing singers. If you're sitting out there tapping your foot, maybe you were singing along a little bit, maybe you should be up here as well. There's information in our program on how you can support us in multiple ways, whether that be financially. You could support us also by coming to more concerts or sing in one of our groups. Ask one of these great singers about how to get involved with the River City Chorale. 15 years, and I can't wait for the next 15. So again, thank you this evening for coming out tonight. We end with a great song. It fits perfectly. I sing because I'm happy. Have a great night.